Okay, evening everybody. Welcome back. Father Miller here. I'm doing a late stream. We just finished our Good Friday liturgy here at the parish, and it was a long one, about 2 hours. They ended up singing the Passion, which took about probably 40 minutes, and it's nice. Thankfully, we got to sit during that, so that was good. But I just wanted to go live for a few minutes. A lot happening with entertainment this week, but we'll see if anybody joins. If not, that's okay. I really don't know if this is going to be very long, but yeah, so today is Good Friday. In the church, the holiest day of the year. It's the one day of the year where we do not have Mass. So the beauty of the Holy Week Triduum, the 3 days, beginning with Holy Thursday last night, and then concluding with the Easter Vigil tomorrow night. So it's basically the idea of it is one continuous liturgy. So last night was Holy Thursday. We celebrated the Lord's Supper where he gave us the Eucharist and the priesthood. That was the Mass that I got to celebrate. And the beauty is, if you've ever been to the, the Holy Week liturgies, you know that there's no blessing at the end of the Mass because it continues into the night, which one of the other priests here at the parish had. And we just process in and silence, no music. The main celebrant or the main presider prostrates himself in front of the altar, goes up to the presider chair, and then does the opening collect, the opening prayers, the old translation was. And then the liturgy tonight is just basically broken up into three parts. You have the liturgy of the word, and that would be just like the Sunday Mass, where you got the beginning of the first reading, the psalm, which is usually song, and then the second reading, then the Passion, which is always from St. John on Good Friday, and then homily. It's a little long. But then after that, you go into the veneration of the cross. Well, actually, after the homily, you have the petitions. So it's like 10 petitions from everything from like for the church, the Pope, the bishop, those that don't believe in God, for the Jewish people, uh, for those in public service, and for those in tribulation. So, and then it goes into the veneration of the cross, where the cross is brought three parts way through the altar. So, in the front, the middle, and the back of the altar. And every time it's behold the wood of the cross on which hung the Savior of the world. Come, let us adore him. And then everybody venerates the cross. And then we move into the liturgy of the Eucharist. I'm sorry, the communion rite, which is just the Our Father, communion, and then the final prayer. And then we process out in silence. So tomorrow night is the big night. It's the Easter Vigil. We begin with a big bonfire in our neck of the woods. The liturgy will begin at 8:30 tomorrow night. I am not the celebrant, but we have a few people coming into the church this year, so I'm pretty excited about that. Got to help with the RCIA, which is now called OCIA, Order of Initiation of Christian Adults. So yeah, but today didn't get the time to stream because 3 o'clock, as we know, is the hour when Jesus died on the cross. And usually I stream at 2 o'clock Central, going up to about 3:30. And just too much going on this afternoon between Stations of the Cross at 3. And then I was in the confessional from 3:30 to 5. Tomorrow will be busy because we have the Easter Vigil practice at 10, I believe it is. And then the confessional from 11 to noon, 4 to 5, and then the vigil after that. So after that, I'll be leaving for an overnight. Going to go fish and camp. So I'm pretty excited about that. But one of the things that's coming out tomorrow, and I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I was going to show something else first, but the new Doctor Who comes out tomorrow. And I'll be interested. I'll say I'm actually quite interested in this one, not because of the Doctor, but because of the character that is portrayed. And from what I was reading, this is supposed to take place in 1950s America. Well, the Doctor is who he is. It's not going to be a good fit, but I'll play a few seconds of this because even though, and you know what? Since, let me see if I can switch my logo up here. because let's see, I'm still looking for stuff. There we go. Let's put the Dr. Woke symbol up there. So since we're talking about Doctor Who, let's talk about Dr. Woke. So
I make your heart bell sing. Please don't make me laugh. Just take my autograph. Now take my jokes, my lovely folks, because I know just
this does look interesting.
I am he, oh yes, I'm Mr.
I'm not interested in the Doctor, but I'm interested in this concept.
What a fine and dandy day. And who might you be?
I'm the Doctor.
Yeah, I
And
don't
this
care
is
for this
Belinda.
guy.
And who are you?
And I,
Good
you
sir?
know,
I'm Mr.
No.
Ring-a-ding.
Cut. Am I saying cartoon? I mean, you're a cartoon.
Don't make me laugh.
yeah.
You are a living cartoon.
With a happy hello to you, too.
How's it done?
Yeah, so I mean, the character is
That's-
interesting, but I'll be honest, I have not watched any of the new Who. I am not a fan of the new companion from the images that I saw from last week. The supposed comment, Planet of the Incels, that she made. The Mrs. Flood or whoever that is. I hate what, and I always complain about it every week we do the stream. And I know Ian is not here. It is 9:30 p.m. Central here in the Midwest. It's probably 3 in the morning in London right now. But Russell T. Davies had an article that appeared in the Radio Times where he is hitting back, and I gotta clear one of these ads before I can show that. So hitting back at wokeness criticisms. He has no time for complaints from online warriors. Well, yeah, I really hate where it's at, where this is my favorite show, or it was my favorite show up until the time Matt Smith left. I like Peter Capaldi. I've mentioned it before. I love him in the thick of it. Great, dark, British satire of government and behind the scenes of it. But I just was not a fan of Capaldi's stories. I was not a fan of the Pater Noster gang, which came probably, I think, during Matt Smith's era, I think it was. And I mean, some of the garbage Doctor Who has been dealing with has been around for the last, since the start. At least during season 2, because if you remember New Earth, where Doctor takes Rose to New York City, everybody's underground in cars and they visit a car. There's 2 women in there. One is a wife, the other is the wife too. So that was kind of like a little bit of a hint of it. You had maybe a little bit of references to atheism. I know that he went really hard on that in Torchwood. But really, it's probably around Matt Smith's era. You start to see a little bit more of that because you got the Madame Vestra and Jenny, her companion or her spouse or whatever it was. I can't remember the Santorin's name, but I actually enjoyed him. I just really did not care for the Pater Noster gang, and they're the ones that greet Capaldi after he regenerates and appears back on Earth. And there was one episode, I don't know if it was Capaldi's era, where it was just focused on those 3. And it just was, I didn't care for it. Then you get into Capaldi and you get Bill, Have I Told You That I'm a Lesbian Potts. They do an absolute dump on the first Doctor during Capaldi's regeneration, where they got David, I can't remember his last name, but he just turned 83. I think today's his birthday. But he's the one that has been portraying the first Doctor in the new Who. He was originally in the Adventure in Space and Time for the 50th anniversary, so he's been kind of on Doctor Who ever since. I think he's involved in Big Finish videos. But yeah, they basically made the first Doctor look like a sexist, old-fashioned, like somebody from the time era that when Doctor Who first came out. So yeah, you go through Capaldi and then it regenerates into Jodie, which was an absolute disaster. That's when it really, really died for me. I could at least hate watch it at the time. Then you get this timeless children garbage where it destroys the canon that now the Doctor is a little black woman that was found at a portal. And I got to bring up Philip Morris's tweet. Let me see if I could do that while I'm talking. They had something. Philip Morris had something on. Let's see. There he is. He's the one that's doing the archiving of Doctor Who lost episodes. Here we go. Let's bring this up, and then I'll go back to this article from Radio Times. So this is the image that Philip Morris shared. I don't know who made it, but I think it's from Doctor Who. And let's see if we can bring that up into full view. So you got Nuki, you got Jodie, the Cannon Destroyer, you got both David Tennants. So I just am not a fan of the new Tennant. But notice in the background here, you got the fugitive Doctor from the time of Jodie. I will say, at least in the background, they got the classics. You got Pertwee Tree there. You got Baker. You got Paul McGann, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, and Peter Davidson. But yeah, she is hidden in the background there. Anyway. But yeah, going back to Russell T Davies, the showrunner made the comments during an appearance on BBC Two, Doctor Who, 20 Secrets from 20 Years, explaining he had no time for these reactions from online warriors. Someone always brings up matters of diversity, and there are online warriors accusing us of diversity and wokeness and involving messages and issues. Okay, I mentioned some of that stuff already, but you know, Doctor Who is dead. I don't know if the consolidated ratings have come out, but I think the viewers last week on BBC was like 2 million. And it used to be maybe in the lower 10 millions when a new season premiered. I know I used to be excited. I couldn't wait. Now I just don't care. I mean, I really do not care. And it's sad because RTD did do some really good episodes and hit the beginning of his time in Doctor Who. Just to look at what he's done in the last 2 to 3 years. It's frustrating. And as it says here, there might be a pause. Well, no wonder. See, I was so excited when the TV movie came out in 98. It aired on Fox. It was before you could buy the DVD and everything. I remember I recorded it. I had it on VHS. I made the mistake of recording something else on it, lending it to somebody. Never got the tape back. So it wasn't really until maybe 10, 15 years ago that I was actually able to watch the TV movie again. And I think I watched part of it earlier this year, and it's still good. I mean, I have a few criticisms of it. The idea that the Doctor is like a Spock where he's half human. I don't care for that. Doctor kisses the companion Daphne. I don't care. I mean, that's not the end of the world for me. But yeah, so apparently the show's going to go on hiatus, and I gotta say good riddance. So Virata Sethu, who is the new companion, Belinda Chandra, Gary from Nerdrotic made some good comments about her. I cannot repeat those comments, but she looks like she is going to be a bundle of fun. And hopefully the sarcasm's coming through. She added, woke just means inclusive, progressive, and that you care about people. And as far as I know, the core of Doctor Who is kindness, love, and doing the right thing. Yeah. So I would like to know what they mean by these terms. I mean, if I watch Tom Baker's era, I'll probably start rewatching John Petrie as we get close to the end of the school year, work my way through Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor, working my way up hopefully through Tom Baker before the end of the summer. There's never been an episode in old Doctor Who where it's like the politics are really bashing you over the head like they have over the last 2 years, 3 years. Well, forget that. Since 2017, since Jodie was announced. And supposedly she had the upgrade when, Stephen Fry said the Doctor's a man. She had an upgrade. So, anyway, that's Doctor Who. Dr. Woke. So, anyway. So, next thing up was the... Where is it? I was going to show the Fantastic Four trailer because I have mixed feelings on it. Let's bring that up. Okay. Catch messages too while we're doing that. Let's see if anybody else is going to be able to make it tonight. Probably not. It's okay. I'm probably going to go a few more minutes and then just wrap it up because, like I said, I'm wiped out. It's one of the things they did last night as part of the Holy Thursday is after the Mass, the Eucharist is put into a side chapel. So just as Jesus was in the garden, we're able to take part in keeping watch with them. So that's what we do up until the time of midnight. Being the assistant, I came and retrieved our Lord out of the side chapel and brought him back to the rectory. So I am running on a few hours of sleep, so I'm tired. But this is the Fantastic Four trailer that just came out, I think, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And I gotta say, I like the colors of it. There's a lot of stuff I like about it. I can't remember whose review I was watching talked about it.
Wow, folks, we all know the story.
I mean, you got the 60s feel here with the film quality. It's like the old Apollo 11.
4 brave astronauts
And Pedro's and everything.
head up into space.
Love the rocket. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of the cast, but I love the way the sets are looking, the designs and everything, the world that they're building.
Come back forever changed.
Thing looks awesome. But, Gary mentioned in his review, it'd be kind of nice if Thing had kind of like a rocky, chalky type voice instead of just a normal voice.
Planet owe a debt to these intrepid souls.
But I mean,
While
look,
we
the
can never
colors
repay
are just
them,
amazing.
we can certainly.
Love the TVs. Somebody was pointing that out. The TV sets. I still don't know who the robot is. I'm starting my way through Fantastic Four's original run on Marvel Unlimited.
Celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
And yeah, it's been mentioned the suits are pretty cool. I still don't know why Reed Richards is wearing all blue while the others have white. I don't know if that's a comic book thing or what the background. But the big complaint I think I have is the age. Because I was looking up, Vanessa Kirby is 36. Okay, I'm older than her, but I know that Sue Storm is young in the comics, and supposedly during this movie she's pregnant. Pedro is 50 in this. And again, Reed Richards is supposed to be a little bit younger. So I do like the colors. I mean, it does have the 60s feel to it.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
I don't know if I like Johnny. And I mean, there's been some comments that came out that he's not supposed to be the womanizer like he was in the first movie. And Chris Evans was good in that. And I think he was in the Deadpool reboot.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding.
His eyes look a little weird. Johnny's eyes look really, really, really big. The eyeballs do.
You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Yeah, and here's the
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your
No,
planet is
she just looks hideous. I mean, again, I don't know the whole canon of the Silver Surfer. The only experience I have from him is the 2005 version. Somebody had an image that the Terminator from T2, the CGI looks a lot better than this. The T2 was at least 30 years ago.
now marked for death.
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I like this.
I don't know.
I like that part.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up.
Galactus.
We will face this together.
You know, it's first time I noticed the car, and I do remember in the comics
We will
the car would split into 4 different parts for each one of them.
face this together. We will fight it together.
It just has a bad feeling it's going to be a Sue Storm movie.
Family. Has to be us.
I mean, I love this. You finally get to see him stretch out.
We will protect you.
Yeah, this is cool. So, yeah, this is coming out July 25th. I'm actually going to be in Minnesota during that, so I guess I don't have to worry about trying to see it in theaters right away. Hopefully by the time I get back, I will have a better feel of how it went. And then I'll decide if I want to blow $20 and see it in IMAX or not. So, anyway, I've been going for about a half hour. I think I'm going to wrap up. It's about 20 to 10. I need to get ready for bed. So, with that, I will be back next Friday. There we go. So, yeah, I will be back next Friday. I have no school because our school is having their fundraiser. They're getting ready for that. So, it'll be fun. It'll be good to see everybody again. I hope everybody has a good Easter. And until then, we'll be seeing you. And here we go.